to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host, Khaleel Ward, and on this episode, I'll be talking about Watchmen episode 8. Wow. By far the best episode of the season. Just starting from the title, a god walked into a bar. Her name is Angela Abar, walks into a bar. Just from the title, it's just a fantastic episode. Of course, in the last episode, we found out that Cal is Dr. Manhattan, and Angela bashed his head in and pulled this little device out and said, "We're in trouble." So this episode is all about how they meet and his relationship with Adrian Vedet. How the hell you say his name? Anyway, but the important thing about this episode is the conversation that he has with Angela in the bar in Vietnam. And we know that Dr. Manhattan is very powerful and he can do a whole bunch of things. But in this episode, he breaks down a lot of what he can do. And he answers a lot of questions that I guess, everybody had. Like, what is he doing on Mars? And he tells us he's not on Mars. He's on Europa, a moon of Jupiter. And the way he has the conversations with Angela, it's like he's there partially. He's always someplace in time. So he could be having that conversation with Angela in the bar, and he's telling her that he's also somewhere else having another conversation with someone else. And the way they cut this episode and edit the episode, it's fantastic. I like how they didn't show his face when he's in Vietnam. They don't show his face at all when he's Dr. Manhattan in Vietnam. Like the cut is always just showing his hands and his suit that he's wearing. But then when we come into present day, then they show the full face, and it looks just like how we see Cal, but he's just blue. It's kind of strange at first when you see it, but like his eyebrows start coming in. But it was cool finally getting a lot of the questions answered about like, where is Dr. Manhattan? Why is Adrian where he's at? And the answer might surprise. Well, I don't know if it surprised me a little bit because I thought something else was going to happen, and that's how he ended up there. But it's just something different and unexpected. And I thought this was Jeremy Irons' best performance so far. You see him, he's in Antarctica at his like lair, talking to Dr. Manhattan, and they having like very friendly conversations. Like even though he tried to kill Dr. Manhattan, they were still like friendly because I know he's the smartest man in the world, and I think Dr. Manhattan really respects that about him, that they can have like certain conversations, that he can't have with regular people. Angela, when it goes to present day, she just wants to save her husband. She knows what's going to happen. She knows that people are there to try to kill him and use his power. So she goes back into her Sister Knight role where she wants to hurt people and kill people. And she does that, for a time. But it was fun seeing just the dynamic of the relationship. Him seeing the future and them finding a way to work around it. It was just a fun episode, more emotional because of their relationship. It was fun seeing Dr. Manhattan. I know he's a fan favorite. And there's one episode left. And the way that this episode ends is it's like, wow, I can't wait to watch the next episode because it's going to be really great. Definitely the best episode so far. And it leaves you wanting more. And I'm pretty sure they're going to deliver in this next episode. But, before I go, it reminds you of like other great shows where right before the season finale, they give you that incredible episode. And you hope it lives up, the season finale lives up to it. And I think that's what this show was planning from the beginning. Like I said in my earlier reviews, it's going to get better and better. And it has. Like, there was only a handful of characters in this particular episode, but it was just really intense and just a perfect episode in all kinds of ways. The music, the characters, the interactions, and I can't wait for the season finale. But let me know if you watched it. What did you enjoy about it? Thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe. 100 subscribers. Thank you. Deuces.